Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Cam, and I'm back with another reaction video. How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? How you guys day going? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Today we're reacting to Tennessee woman who ran away from home at 13 gets engaged to the cop who helped search for her 15 years ago. Now I don't know if that's a coincidence. Don't talk too much about you know how that went down, but in my opinion, it sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they met up in the future. You know what I'm saying? It was like a coincidence where, you know, they met up one time and they're like, oh, wait, hold on. Yada, 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 yada. I was a cop, whatever, yada. You know what I'm saying? Or if bro was literally praying on shorty for the last, 15 years, hoping that he would get with her. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into the video and see what's going on. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with the like button, turn on post notifications, you're notified every time I post a new video. Also, if you guys have any videos like from your react to social media sites in the description below, feel free to send them in and I react to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video.
My name is Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. You're recommended to me by some people. Hey, is this illegal? Hey, it feels illegal.
I told you guys I was going to do story time, so I'm going to go ahead and do the story time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can go back on my page and look at the video I got pinned. I think we're sitting at 2 million views now. Just look back at that video and this will make sense to you. When I was 13 years old, I disappeared from home. I wasn't lost or anything like that. I wasn't a rebellious kid. I didn't do, I really didn't do anything wrong. But I had disappeared because of a situation that was going on at home. It was just, I was in a very abusive home, and I had to get away. So my dad had threatened to kill me and my siblings, and he's threatened us before, but this was different because there were things that actually happened in the home prior to me escaping. But once I escaped, my parents had freaked out and they called the cops, and obviously told the cops that I just ran away, that I was just being a bad child, but that's not in fact anything, like nowhere near what happened. So there were officers obviously involved in searching for me at the time. The search went on, and they couldn't find me that night because I had to hide. I knew that the officers who were there had no idea what was going on in the household. They just got this call about a missing child, and I figured that they probably didn't get the whole story out of my parents, and I knew for a fact that my dad definitely wasn't going to give them no information. So I was scared. I was scared that I was going to go back home, so I found me a safe place to go. There was a certain officer who was working that night. He was assisting with the search. Never met him on scene, no nothing. Had no...
For any father out there that puts their hands physically, mentally, emotionally, or any kind of abuse to their daughters in any kind of way, shape, or form, shame on you, and you deserve to rot in hell. You understand what I'm saying? There's a thin line between abuse and discipline. You understand? If you're out there trying to violate your daughter in ways that I don't want to speak about for your own sick reasons, then you deserve to burn in hell. So for you trying to run away, trying to get help that you need to either get out of the situation or get away from the person that's trying to harm you, I commend you 110%. But for the fathers out there that's doing that shit, harming their own daughters and children, you need to go get some help for real.
Idea he was even involved until literally 15 years later. I'm going to do a part 2 tomorrow involving how me and that officer reconnected and how we got engaged, and I think I'm going to get into a little bit of details as to what happened in the household for me to what caused me to escape. Alright guys, this is part 2 of when I went missing at 13 and 15 years later got engaged to the officer who was searching for me. If you didn't watch part 1, you need to go back and watch part 1 so part 2 can make sense. In part 1, I had mentioned that there was a certain officer who was involved in searching for me, but I had never met him, didn't know anything about him, didn't even know he was involved in the search. But once I was found safe, I was placed in the foster care system, and I stayed in foster care until I was 18 years old. And several years later, I began working at the sheriff's department. And while working there, I met this officer. When I first started working at the sheriff's department, though, when he first made contact with me,
Based off her accent alone, you could tell she lived like in a small town. You understand what I'm saying? And this is like shit that happens there more so. I don't know exactly where she's from, but she's definitely from some sort of southern hospitality country, environment because of her accent. You understand what I'm saying? In those towns, shit like that, shit like this happens all the time. Oh, you may marry a teacher, you fuck around, marry a cop that arrested your father, fuck around and you married your brother's best friend, some crazy shit that city people don't understand. But this is what they grew up around, this is their environment, so you could only expect that to happen. But as of right now, I've seen that happen wrong of their relationship or them getting together or anything of the sort.
he he didn't even speak to me. He just kept staring at me. So towards the end of my time at the sheriff's department, that same officer had walked up to me. He was actually looking for me since the first time because he was scared to talk to me for some reason. He had came up to me the second time that he made contact with me and just started carrying on conversation. I mean, he was nervous, but he started carrying on conversation. And then from there, we became friends and started hanging out, just talking on regular at this point. So while we were talking, I remember coming over to his house. We were just hanging out, and we just happened to have a conversation. I ended up opening up to him about when I ran away from home and the whole shebang with that. And so while I was opening up to him about the whole situation, he had asked me, about the location, about the year, and he just wanted to know all the details. And so I gave him the information. He just pauses. And he stares at me, and he goes, I was searching for you. I was in on that search, and I lived across the apartments that you were living at the time. And because whenever I ran away, I didn't go too far, but the apartments I stayed at was literally right across from his. But he was working night shift, so they were out searching for me. And
I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was in the apartments across from you, which means he's seen you before. You get what I'm saying? And some men got sick fetishes for younger girls. You understand what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna sit up here and act like, oh, that's not something that happens. It happens. Some men got fetishes for younger women. You understand what I'm saying? It now it's becoming weird because he's seen you. He knew of you and everything about you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say. I mean, at this point, he knows everything about you because he was looking for you. You understand what I'm saying? So, who's to say that he's been waiting for all this time to shoot a shot with you? You know what I'm saying? Now, he clearly ain't doing nothing wrong yet. Yes, because he probably wanted you when you was younger, but couldn't because you was too young to do anything with. But then he did begin to approach you and speak to you when you was of age. So it's like, what you had going on, my man? You know what I'm saying?
He had no idea. He literally paused and he was so surprised. He didn't know what to think. The whole situation was just shocking to both of us. We had no idea. So, but I thought it was pretty cool because, he went searching for me then when I was 13, but not searching for me to be a creep or whatever, however you guys were making it sound.
Yeah, exactly what it sounded like.
Didn't kidnap me. But he came back a second time and came searching again, but at the sheriff's department for me. Just so he can carry the conversation on. So that was, I guess, twice. The first time I was a teenager. I mean, that's, normal. I mean, officer's going to go out looking for you if you're missing, So, I mean, that's their job. But he had no idea. I had no idea.
No, he had an idea. That's that bullshit.
What had happened.
You happy, so we're gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you because I don't really care. You get what I'm saying? That's your life. You live how you want to live. If you feel safe and protected by that man, then all means. You understand what I'm saying? Some situation they need help. Your situation is like you need help. But I ain't gonna lie, and it's clearly you just said it, internet, and in my eyes, I see something going on here that don't sound right. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell 15 years later that he walking and just trying to find you again. Nah, hell no. I'm saying hell no. Then y'all get married after that, or y'all get engaged after that. Bro had his eye on you for a little minute, shorty, and you want to play, like delusional, like you don't know what's going on, cause you want to, get a piece of that dingling. So be it. But it ain't what you think it is. I ain't gonna lie. Now it sounds weird. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The fact that this happened 15 years ago, and yeah, it could have been a coincidence. We had told you a story, whatever. But it don't sound like that. It don't seem like that. 15 years, there's no way. He was a cop when he was finally looking for you. He's a cop now, which means he could have been spending this entire time looking for you, attracted to you, whatever the case may be, and now he's engaged to you. Now, if he had just had to say, oh, you know what, I checked up on you, make sure you're safe, whatever, yada yada yada, cool. But the fact that y'all got engaged 15 years later after this shit didn't happen, sounds crazy, kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So several months later, we started dating and got engaged. I'm currently working at the same police department now.
Hold on, cuz.
About what had happened. So several months later, we started dating and got engaged.
Now, several months. You see, this is where shit start getting weird. You know what I'm saying? This is where shit start getting weird, because several months, in my opinion, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, several months is like 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? 6 to 8, 5 to 9. In between that gap, a few months. This man been looking for you for 15 years. Just according to you walk into the fucking sheriff's department where he works at, and you working there. The same officer that was looking for you was 13 finds you when you're what? 15 years later? Come on. 28, 27? I'm saying? Just so happened that he walks in and he's looking for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get to chatting, yada yada yada. He acts surprised. I was the cop that was looking for you. You know what I'm saying? A few months later, y'all get engaged. Now, I know, you know what I'm saying, some dudes be desperate. But in my opinion, I don't think that's a coincidence at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a coincidence at all. But again, these kind of things happen down south in these smaller towns where everybody, cousin, uncle, brother, whatever kids may be, know each other, and they grow up around each other, whatever, and they just so happen and they meet up again later on in life. But this don't sound like that. This man knew of you, lived across the street from you, went searching for you, and 15 years later is engaged to you. That shit don't sound right to me, shorty. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm currently working at the same police department now that Ty was working at the time, and he's still working at. So I think that's pretty cool how we're just getting to work together now. And guys, I just want to clarify that the officer, Ty, my fiance, he is 38 years old, and I'm 28 years old. So we only have a 10-year age gap between.
So you was 13, he was 23. Definitely around the age where, younger. I don't know when it's occurred. I don't know when it's, well, you're saying you're engaged now, and y'all are 10 years apart. Now, again, like I said, I know some men fantasize about having younger women. You understand what I'm saying? Now, 23, 20, those numbers and shit, right? Wait, hold on. 15 years later, yeah. Them age between 20 and 23, you know what I'm saying? You still trying to break out of that minor age. You understand what I'm saying? Where you're trying to date within that 17 and up range. You get what I'm saying? What you should have been doing already when you was 18. But some men, again, still fantasize about having a younger woman. Now, I don't know how this girl looked when she was 13. I can't speak on it. You understand what I'm saying? Some girls out here nowadays be 15, 14 years old, looking like grown-ass women. You get what I'm saying? It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this dude was fantasizing over you when you were 13 and wanted to have you so bad that 15 years later he was looking for you, seeing your name, and said, let me go snatch her. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of why the internet's like getting to your ass about how it sounds weird. Because of the age gap. 23 and 13. Now me, 10 years apart, 28 and 38 is not a big age gap to me because, again, y'all are of age. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all do what you gotta do. But 23 and 13, that's a bit too far apart at that time. But again, these things happen down south in these places, And it does seem kind of weird on how y'all apparently coincidentally met up again 15 years later. I think he was looking for you this entire time, in my
both of
opinion.
us. I know everybody's been asking, so age gap between the both of us. I know everybody's been asking, so guys, I just want to clarify that the officer, Ty, my fiance, he is 38 years old and I'm 28 years old. So we only have a 10-year age gap between the both of us. I know everybody's been asking, so to clarify for you guys. I really want to do a part 3 on why I ran away, just so you guys can have the detail and how important, like, the information that, like, I left out, because this video is already long. So, if you want a part 3, just comment you want a part 3, and we'll do that tomorrow.
Hey, look, Lady Bit, you know what I'm saying? You seem like you are happy in your relationship that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? For all those out there that are commenting on people's relationships and shit they got going on, some situations don't be what they seem. You understand? Some situations do raise red flags, and sometimes they turn out to be good, sometimes turn out to be bad. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't control everybody's decisions and what they choose to do in life. But in the situation here that was brought to the internet for the internet to have an opinion on, seems very weird and skeptical in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Not only that, question. Isn't it illegal for cops to date who they was looking for, finding, or anything of the sort like that? No? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of weird shit going on here. The age difference is weird on when this shit occurred. Y'all age gap now, your age now is not a big of a deal because y'all both of age. But when this shit happened, him dating I guess a victim in a sense that they're looking for seems kind of weird. But hey, everybody gonna live their life how they want to live it. It is what it is. You're happy, so who is anybody to say anything about it? Your happiness, your life. Just be careful on, not turning a blind eye to situations of red flags that may be occurring, because some shit going into blind can turn the wrong way and cause disastrous things to happen. So just be careful. Your happiness is your happiness, and I wish you guys both the best of luck. And that's that. That's the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, what you guys think in the comment section below. You guys are meant for this video, and until next time, I'll see y'all.